Here are all the 3DS/2DS models. Buyers often get confused. Let me explain one by one. So this is Generation 1 3DS, that is first came out 2011, right? Generation 1 3DS have all the 3D and original functionality, right? After I think sometime that this model is introduced and someone user is saying that screen is not big enough, so this 3DS XL is introduced. It is exactly the same as original 3DS functionally, but you can see it has a bigger screen, right? It claims that 90% bigger, but I'm not sure how it then calculated, right? So everything is the same, just screen bigger. Of course, heavier, bulkier, and looks kind of different. It does not have the original like flashy, crystal kind of looking, right? Alright, 3DS, 3DS XL, and in Japan it is called LL somehow. In other region it's called XL, right? First generation. And after I think 3 years, they came out with this they call new 3DS. So what's new about it? Let's see. Do a comparison, right? Button is colorful, but it still serves the same purpose. But this thing is a new addition. Right joystick. Before there's only one joystick. Now there's a right joystick. It doesn't really move, but it doesn't feel like it can move, but it indeed can. It's like those kind of red pointer on your Lenovo ThinkPad laptop, right? It's actually move because there's no space to put another this kind of real joystick, right? So they put a tiny one over here, and it is used when you play games like Resident Resident Evil or Monster Hunter. Yeah, Monster Hunter. You need to control the movement as well, control the camera view, right? Then you need both joystick, right? But not all the game you need that. In fact, a small fraction of game you need that. And if you notice, the screen is also bigger to some extent, right? The width, the height, right? It is also bigger. So different number one, joystick. Different number two, bigger screen. There's a different number three we cannot see over here. Is that yeah? Is that the 3D function on this unit is actually better than this. The reason is that when viewing right on this, right, imagine this your head, right? Your head have always to need to stay in a fixed position, had to have the better view angle. If you tilt a bit, right, then the image is kind of how to say double vision. Yeah, it's not so nice. You have to fix at one angle to really get the 3D. But for this, your head can actually move left and right around a little bit, and then no matter where you move, then you still can get the proper 3D view on this screen. And how they do that is they have this camera and always tracing your head, right? You move left, then they adjust screen for the left position. Move right, they adjust screen for the right position. Sounds like very high tech, right? But it is, yeah, it's indeed done over here. So if you really like the 3D, always turn 3D on, or you are targeting to play some 3D intensive game, then this model will be ideal, right? Otherwise, this does not mean much, right? So this small 3DS, of course, minor adjustment like slots from here to here. This doesn't really make much difference. And yeah, two more button. I never see any game use this two button. There is, but not sure which game is that. All right. And of course this is bigger screen but still not big enough. Someone said that I want this size of the screen. Then there is this is called new 3ds XL or LL, right? It is exactly the same as this, just bigger in size. All right, so screen size this big versus this, right? This is obviously bigger, right, and heavier as well, and it also have the joystick. It also have the 3D tracing. It also have what the 4 shoulder button, right? So everything exactly same, just enlarged, right? Same concept like here. So of course now these two are much more expensive than the original series, right? So now 4 model are here, I have mentioned. And what about this one? So this is called 2DS, and the 2DS functionality is exactly the same as this, except that it have taken away the 3D function. As the name suggests, it can only play the game without 3D, which is also makes sense to many because many of us we don't really bother about 3D, right? It's kind of tiring to the eyes and so on, and someone will feel dizzy. So this is 2DS, and I think it's kind of designed for the kids, right? So parents often worry about kids' vision, myopia problem, and they don't want to have like too tiring on their eye. And also, kids tends to not um, be able to take good care of their gadgets, right? So this model indeed is much more durable than this because it does not have this flipping mechanism, right?